ART Test Kit Demonstration.
Hello, I am Cassandra from the Singapore Association of the Visually Handicapped, and today we'll be doing a video on the Antigen Rapid Test for people with vision impairment to use. Antigen Rapid Test, or ART in short, is a very quick and easy to use test where individuals are able to test on their own at home to see if they're infected with the COVID-19 virus.
When not to do the test.
Do note that you should not perform the ART on your own if you have the following symptoms: flu, running nose, cough or fever, had a nosebleed in the last 24 hours, had nasal surgery in the last 4 weeks, or any facial surgery in the last 8 weeks. And should you exhibit any symptoms of cough, running nose, or any other respiratory illness, you should seek the advice of your doctor. You should also note that there are many different ART test kits and each of them have slightly different instructions. So before doing the self-test on your own, you should run through the instructions with some sighted assistance or OCR help with your phone or some other means of scanning the instructions. For today's video, I'm going to be using the SD biosensor test kit. Make sure that you're in a well-ventilated room, away from others, and you have a clean, dry surface to work with. Then perhaps wash or sanitize your hands first. I'm just going to sanitize my hands and make sure that I have a nice clean surface. I'm going to use some wipes to make things a little easier. I've also brought a tray so that I can do all the test stuff on the tray. I've also brought a spare anti-ziplock bag later to throw all the rubbish away so I can seal it.
What you will find inside the ART kit.
We've got 3 of each. So first is the test kit itself, and it comes in a little sealed bag, and when you shake it, you can hear that little, that silica gel, that shaky sound. It's just to keep it dry. And then you also have a much longer thing, which is the nose swab, and it's about as long as my palm and fingers put together and skinny, about the width of 2 fingers. Then we've got another tiny little ziplock in here, which is what we really need. We're going to take out the sealed extraction tube. It's a little thing about squishy, about the width of your finger, and kind of like shaped like a little cone-shaped funnel, and it's got a little sealed top with a cap on top that you can pull off later, and you need a cap for that too. Okay, the cap is like a cap for that extraction tube, and it's got a little funnel on top. So again, we need to make sure that, let me put this other stuff away that we don't need. We need to make sure that we've got this stuff and it's open. Okay, there's a little tear line on the test kit, so I just tore it open. And the test kit, one side is a rectangular flat thing, about 3 inches by 1 inch, and the bottom side is flat. The top side, which should be facing up, is also kind of flat, but it has one circular hole. Feels like you can stick a pencil in there. That's where the nozzle later on will go in there and the solution to be dropped in. And then there's in the middle of the test kit, there's a more rectangular window, and that's where you'll see your results or take a photo to send to some people to help. And of course, let's slightly open the swab stick a little bit so it's easier. On one end of it, you can peel it open from left to right. You would likely feel a smooth plastic surface. There's the handle, and inside the bag you can probably feel the other end. It's a little bit squishy, like a cotton bud. That's the end. The squishy cotton bud one is the end that goes inside your nostril. And on the stick itself, there's also a little groove around the middle. That's a good place to hold the stick so it doesn't go too deep. So what needs to happen is you need to stick the soft cotton bud inside your nostril and scrape it along the wall of your nostril, going round and round, so you're able to collect the specimen that's inside your nostril. And according to the instructions for this test kit, we are supposed to do 5 rounds in each nostril.
Let's do the antigen rapid test now.
Stick the bud into my nose, about 2 or 3 cm in, and twirl it and drag it along the circumference of my nostrils. That's 2 rounds, 3, 4, 5, and then to go to the other nostril, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the trick is not to put the stick down, but somehow hold it in your hand and pick up the extraction tube. For this one that we're using, there's a little foil that you need to peel off. Some of them has a cap that you need to pull off. So let me just peel the foil off and be careful and line up this swab, the part that went into my nostril just now, to go inside this tube. This tube has solution basically to do the test, and you're supposed to stir it or kind of like go up and down inside the tube 10 times, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just rubbing it against the wall, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And according to the instructions for this one, I'm supposed to squeeze the tube a little bit so that the swab, as it's coming out when I remove it, rubs against the wall and I guess leaves all the specimen inside the liquid. So I'm again going to hold the swab stick without leaving on the table and dirtying it. With the other hand, get the cap to press into this test tube thingy and make sure it's tight. Now that it's tight and not going to leak out, I'm going to stick the used dirty swab back inside the wrapper that it came in, and I'm going to just tap the extraction tube a little bit to make sure the solution is mixed, and then go back to the test kit. Remember the circular thing, the well that looks like a pencil holder? You're going to place the tip of the tube inside the well. You can feel the circle. Make sure it's in the well and not in the rectangular window. The rectangular window is for sighted people to read the results. The well is where the solution should go. And you need 3 to 5 drops. Blind person not going to be able to tell how many, so my trick is to just gently squeeze once, twice, 3 times, just very gently, and that should be enough. Then we set the timer. Hey Google, set timer for 15 minutes. The 15 minutes is up, and I'm going to get some sighted assistants to help read what the results of the ART test is.
Interpreting the result. Negative result, a colored band will appear only at the control line, C, of the result window. Positive result, 2 colored bands will appear at both the control line, C, and test line, T, of the control window. Invalid, if the control line C does not appear at all in the result window, it is an invalid test. Please test again using a new test kit. If you are still unsure of what to do after you get your result, please contact your nearest doctor for help. Put all parts of the used test kit into a bag and seal it tightly before throwing it away.
I hope that little demonstration motivate you as a visually handicapped or blind person to do the ART test on your own regularly. If you run out of the test kits that came in your mailbox, you can easily get them from retail pharmacies, supermarkets, e-commerce platforms, and alike. If you do have difficulty performing the ART test on your own or reading the results, you could reach out to us at SAVH or your social worker, who would put you in touch with our partner organization that can help you with the test.
Thank you for watching our ART test demonstration for the visually impaired. Take care and stay safe.